Angel Reese has definitely been in the headlines, man, after erupting in the press conference, pretty much swearing at reporters. And I'm here to tell you today is another day of the Angel Reese drama because she has simply smacked the clipboard out of an assistant coach's hands. Yes, now all of this went down during the Washington missed this game. This happened on national television.
The Chicago Sky are facing new drama, but this time it's coming from the sidelines, not the court. Angel Reese, who calls herself a role model and just appeared on the NBA 2K26 cover, is proving that talent alone doesn't make someone a leader. Now, head coach Tyler Marsh is in a situation that could shape his future with the team.
The referees blew every whistle. Like, I'm not joking. There was one play where Angel Reese dribbled backwards. She backed into Aaliyah Edwards and tripped over her own feet and got free throws. The free throws that led to this happening were unbelievably soft. That led to Angel Reese breaking a coach's clipboard, walking over and slapping a coach's clipboard. And by the way, if this was Caitlin Clark, you just know they'd be calling out her anger problem.
On July 8th, 2025, during a tough 81-79 loss to the Washington Mystics, Angel Reese did something that could rattle even the calmest coach. With just 29.9 seconds left and the game tied at 77, Reese walked off the court and slapped a clipboard out of and Crosby's hands. Crosby, the team's vice president of basketball operations and head of strength and conditioning, was left stunned.
Are picking up on is when she is walking over to the bench and she slaps the clipboard out of her coach's hand. And you guys, my honest reaction to this when I first saw it, I was just laughing. It's kind of like the reaction that you're seeing from me right here. I wouldn't look into this too hard. I know it's already become controversial because they're like, oh, if another player did this, there would be think pieces written about it. And
this didn't look like a mistake or accident. It felt intentional, disrespectful, and loud enough to be seen on every TV screen showing the game. Just hours earlier, the league had praised Reese as the face of professionalism. But for 30 seconds, she let her emotions take over and the entire country watched her lose control.
Are you okay, Barbie? The emotional decline continues for Angel Reese. The temper tantrums, the complete loss of emotional control continues for the Bayou Barbie, as well as the Chi-Town Barbie and Double Barbie, and whatever other alias that Angel Reese has decided to give herself.
But the real concern comes from the pattern. This outburst wasn't a one-time thing. All season long, Angel Reese has thrown shade, stirred up drama, and made the spotlight about herself instead of the team. It's clear this moment wasn't just a mistake. It reflects a season-long attitude.
Wild. All right? It was wild. I mean, tempers were flying. This was an all-out rivalry, man. All right? I mean, even Angel Reese was pissed at this moment. Look at this. Pissed. All right? Pissed. This was close to the end of the game. 29 seconds left. Game tied. Game on the line. And I think she was called for it.
Remember the social media shots at Caitlin Clark, the constant complaints about refs, and the repeated victim stories Angel Reese told all season. Now the clipboard incident just feels like another episode in the Angel Reese show. After the game, she went online and said, "Those were pissing me off," showing no real regret. She blamed the heat of the moment and promised it wouldn't happen again, but the damage was already done. Now, the spotlight is on head coach Tyler Marsh. He came into this season with a strong resume championships in the D-League, NBA, and WNBA and experience under coaching legends like Nick Nurse, Rick Carlisle, and Becky Hammon. High-S known for discipline, player development, and building team culture. But none of that matters if he loses control of the locker room. And right now, with Angel Reese slapping clipboards and no one stepping in it, looks like chaos is in charge. Marsh got this job because of his ability to build teams based on trust and discipline. GM Jeff Palioka described him as calm, composed, and smart when it comes to developing talent. But being calm only matters if it holds up in a crisis. This is Marsh's first real test, not drawing up plays, managing minutes, or improving stats. His true challenge comes when a star player acts like a spoiled kid on live TV.
Angel always talks about being willing to do whatever dirty work is necessary. Did you see that today? Did you see a performance that, in terms of the timeliness and the types of plays that she made, it went beyond the stat sheet?
yeah, I think that's who Angel is in the best way. I think that that's what her skill set allows her to be. That we shouldn't just look at her as a rebounder or just as a scorer. There's so many different things that she can do on a court that helps a team win. And even though shots weren't falling for her tonight, she had 5 assists. She had huge rebounds down the stretch. And that's the kind of versatility that we see in her, and she's embraced it so far.
So what happened after the clipboard hit the floor? Did Marsh pause the game, pull Reese aside, sit her down? Reports say no. The game continued, and Reese finished with 22 points and 15 rebounds, strong stats, but completely overshadowed by her behavior. The silence from Marsh was even louder, especially from a coach who constantly talks about culture and accountability. But the truth is, championship culture doesn't grow from talent alone.
So Angel Reese, the most toxic player in all of basketball, is out here slapping clipboards out of her coaching staff's hand because she's so mad her team committed a foul in the crunch after she shot 15 free throws this game. This is the lowest of the low disrespect that you can show to your coaching staff. She trying to get y'all locked in, worried about the next play, and you so toxic with your terrible, awful attitude that you slap the clipboard out of her hand.
Angel Reese often says she wants to be a role model, inspiring young girls to be bold and confident. But what kind of lesson does it send when she lashes out at staff if a bench player did that? They'd be benched, fined, or worse. But Reese stays protected. She puts up double-doubles, brings media attention, and suddenly, the rules bend for her. The Sky are 6-13 near the bottom of the standings. They're not just losing games, they're losing direction. When your star cares more about social media than team success, and frustration turns into violence, you're no longer leading a team. You're managing a circus.
Angel Reese had a great game. She had 22 points, 15 rebounds. There were some questionable calls from the referees on both ends of the floor during this game against the Washington Mystics, and they ended up losing by 2 points at the end of the game. And so she's a competitor. Love or hate Angel Reese, she's a competitor. She's a fierce competitor. And I feel like this was just a moment where her frustrations got the best of her. Hopefully, later on, I'm sure she'll probably see this on social media and she'll go up to her coach and be like, my bad, coach. That was not cool of me. I shouldn't have slapped.
Now we have to ask, where does the WNBA stand in all of this? The league jumps to investigate made-up controversies. But when real disrespect happens, it stays silent. They claim to have standards for how players treat coaches and staff, yet somehow, Angel Reese keeps dodging accountability. No fines. No statements. Just silence from the top. Tyler Marsh came to Chicago to build something strong. He talks about accountability and professionalism, but talk alone doesn't create championship DNA. You need discipline. You can't build a winning culture if your star player cares more about highlights than results. If disrespect goes unpunished and the coach is too afraid to act, the entire foundation cracks. Marsh has been part of championship teams with the Raptors, the Aces, and more. Now it's time to prove whether he can lead one himself.
Why do you guys hate Angel Reese so much? The Angel Reese hate is so forced. This is why we hate the bricklaying slough. She has a terrible attitude, awful, toxic. This is why she has no friend. This is why the world hates.
Angel Reese is on magazine covers, has her own signature shoe, lands big endorsement deals, and inspires young girls across the country. But what message does she send when she slaps a clipboard out of a coach's hands? What lesson does she give when the pressure rises? What example is she setting for the young minds watching her every move? The truth is hard to ignore. She's showing that with enough fame and talent, you can do whatever you want without facing consequences. And that's not leadership. V11. This moment is Tyler Marsh's true crossroads. He now has to show whether he leads with strength or fear. Doing nothing is the easy route. Ignore it, brush it off, point to the stat sheet, and call it passion. But easy doesn't win championships. Real coaches stand firm. They set standards and enforce them. They demand respect from every player, no matter how famous. Because this isn't just about a clipboard, it's a test. Angel Reese is testing whether Marsh holds everyone to the same standard, or if fame earns forgiveness. The team is watching. The staff is watching. The fans are watching. And this moment isn't about Angel Reese's rebounds or points, it's about Tyler Marsh's backbone.
Angel Reese said that she was done being polite. She was done being humble. I'm done being silent. The Bayou Barbie is mad, mad, mad. And Barbie is about to start clapping back at the haters. To her credit, Angel Reese said what she meant and meant what she said.
True coaches don't bow to chaos. They don't let star players tear apart the locker room. Talent without discipline is just noise. Phil Jackson didn't let Jordan or Kobe run wild. Pat Riley kept LeBron and Wade in check. Becky Hammon holds her stars accountable, even in pressure moments. These coaches win not just with talent but with structure and standards. Now Tyler Marsh stands at that same edge. If he lets this slide, he sends a dangerous message that rules bend for stars, that character loses to clout, that social media matters more than team chemistry. That's not culture, that's collapse. And with the Sky sitting at 6-13 struggling on the court and drowning in drama, that collapse may already be underway.
So you just gonna embarrass this woman trying to show you a play, and you just gonna slap the clipboard out of her hand like that? On national TV. What a role model. Please, stop embarrassing us.